In 1994, I returned to South Africa after working overseas a bit, and I stayed in a student digs just here behind the union buildings, or thinking that it would be easier to find a job here in the big smoke rather than at the coast. And it was quite tough. We got lucky, and my cousin announced that the IEC were looking for people to help with the elections. The elections were held in April 1994, and it was fantastic to be a part of that. I worked at a voting station in the north of Pretoria. I just remember the rows and rows of people, blue-collar workers with their laborers, all in the same queue and celebrating, and the occasion of voting together. The ANC won that election, and in May 1994, Nelson Mandela was inaugurated as the first democratically elected president of South Africa. And as I said, I was living in a student digs just behind the union buildings, and I took a chance and I was walking up the back roads, and I ended up on the wrong side of the fence with the VIPs. And for me, it was just amazing that I could be part of this wonderful event. As you can see, I'm in the capital of South Africa, Pretoria, Botswana. This is also where my career in the brewing industry started. I'd worked overseas and really enjoyed a number of wonderful beer occasions, including a pilgrimage to the Oktoberfest in Munich. In 1994, I started working at a brewery in Centurion, which lies behind those hills that you can see in the background. Bavaria Bräu was a family business started by George Funk, and I have some wonderful memories and experiences that I can remember from those days. I'm going to drive past the old brewery building just to give you an impression of what a fantastic building that was, and the brewery was just magnificent. And I so wish that I could go back in time 25 or 30 years and show all my beer friends the wonderful facilities we had there, especially the Bierstube that was open to staff every afternoon and to visitors after their beer tour on a Friday. And it's also here that I want to invite you to follow, first of all, my beer expedition that I recently returned from. I traveled 12,000 kilometers around South Africa, visiting more than 200 beer destinations, breweries, pubs and specialty liquor stores around the country. It took me about 6 or 7 weeks, and most of the time camping. It was a fantastic experience, and thank you to my wife that I could have that time off. But most of all, I want to invite you to follow me here on YouTube or on Instagram, and let me bring you that story. Post-COVID, the most important contribution I can make to the brewing industry is to get consumers to visit breweries and tap rooms again, because that's where they make the most profit and where they can then come into direct contact with the tribe and their consumers. So the plan is to publish a beer passport which will take you to all these wonderful places, craft breweries, specialty liquor stores and pubs. And I want to invite you to follow me on this journey.